This is a quick walkthrough of EndurCloud, our cloud-based wristband printing app that is compatible with PointClickCare. This is an updated video. We've had a new release in the past couple of weeks, and we wanted to showcase those new features and update the video. So this is the main screen that you see when staff comes to print a wristband. So in order to pull up your census, you just click in the resident name field, leave that blank, hit filter, and this goes out to PointClickCare and pulls your active census. In this example, I have 212 in my active census, so no worries about if anyone is no longer at your facility or has been discharged. Those residents will not show up in this real-time data pull. So to quickly print a wristband, I'm just going to select the individual I want, add that to the print job, hit print, and this goes out to PointClickCare, pulls real-time data, so you don't have to worry about any data synchronization issues or any time lags in your data. Goes out to PointClickCare directly, pulls the most recent information. Hit print, and this is a preview of what the wristband will look like. In this example, we have the photograph, last name, first name, barcode, physician, date of birth, location in the facility, and all of the alerts that correspond to this patient, along with emergency contact. So this is important to keep in mind, because part of the new enhancements we have gives your facility the flexibility to not display information that isn't pertinent to your facility. Things like emergency contact, things like physician, barcode, and in the new release you can now not show those on the wristband if you so choose. So I'm going to keep this up as an example. So go back. And to do that, I'm going to go into my settings tab, and now your facility can choose any number of alerts from PointClickCare. We've added some additional ones in this release, including enhanced barrier protection, skin sensitivity, and thickened liquids. We also give you the ability to disable an alert if you don't want to show alerts, just by selecting off. So your facility gets the opportunity now to pick from an extended list of alerts. And you can also change the color scheme. So if it's more appropriate for your facility for allergy, for example, to be in red, and maybe you want to have the labeling on something like diabetes be diet, maybe dementia is more appropriate for memory. Point being, you can change the color scheme, you can change the labeling to anything that you want, and you can even reorder these in the order in which your facility deems most appropriate. So I'll change a couple more here just to get the view, and we'll change that one to pink, and we'll change memory to gray. And on down, here is where you have the ability to show the photo. Emergency contact, we'll toggle that to no. Show the physician, we'll toggle that to no. Date of birth, we'll keep that. And barcode, we'll change this now from a traditional barcode to a QR code just for demonstration purposes. We'll keep the photograph, and we'll hit update, and this saves my information. I'll go back and I'm going to print the original wristband that I did a minute ago, so you can see how the changes take place in real time. Again, this goes out to PointClickCare and pulls real-time data, and hit print, and now you see there's a QR code instead of a traditional barcode. Physician is no longer visible, emergency contact is no longer visible. So it gives your facility really good flexibility here to have the display be exactly what you need. And you can also see that my color scheme and my labeling have changed on my alerts. The settings tab is administrative level permissions. All our permissions in EndurCloud follow whatever your permissions are in PointClickCare. No additional login, no additional password to have to remember. But the settings tab, at the time of deployment, you'll designate the administrative level folks that you want to have access to this at your facility, and this way you don't have to worry about all your staff being able to come in and change any of your settings. We give you multiple ways to print wristbands. I should just showed you the way to print a single wristband. If I wanted to print my entire facility, all I would have to do is select here, select all, and now I can add all of my facility to the print job. We also give you the ability to print by unit. So if your facility is broken out by units, in this example I'm going to choose my rehab unit, click in the resident name field again, hit filter. And what this does, it goes out and only pulls the folks that are associated with my rehab unit. In this example, you see there's 50. And you then can select as many of these as you like. All I'm doing is scrolling down and making a selection. Add those to the print job, and I could print 5, 10, 15, however many that you need. So it gives you a good way to do printing in batches, by single print, by entire facility, by unit. Really a lot of flexibility there to get your wristbands printed. We also have the option to print what we call a temporary band. It's still the same wristband that your facility will use, but you would use this in the instance where you've got a resident coming to your facility, but you don't have their information already loaded into PointClickCare, but you still want to get an identification wristband on them when the time they arrive. So in this instance, we would just hit temporary band and then just manually type in name, date of birth, whatever information you want to have displayed. You can upload a photo if you'd like, and then if there's any alerts that correspond to that patient, you can select those at the time and then just print your wristband. You see here that no data is saved back to PointClickCare. That's true not only for the temporary band, but also true for anything that you do in EndurCloud. Nothing goes back to PointClickCare. We don't overwrite information. We don't add to your PointClickCare database. Nothing that you do in EndurCloud will affect your data in PointClickCare. That's by design. We do not want to be a HIPAA shop. So as soon as your wristband is printed, it's in a secure browser session. Once that wristband is printed, that data goes away. It's not stored in a database. It's, again, not affected your data in PointClickCare whatsoever. And one other thing I wanted to show in this quick video is we also now, in addition to wristbands, we have the ability to print a wallet card. So if a wallet card is more appropriate for residents in your facility, or you just want to have that option because you can use multiple formats, wristbands plus wallet cards. If you wanted to do a wallet card, then you certainly could do that for those residents that's appropriate for. And in this, I'll give you an example. I'll print this resident, and in this instance here we have this is going to be a wallet card. Hit print, goes out, pulls that data fresh again, and this is what your wallet card would look like. So last name, first name, date of birth, QR code, photograph, the alerts that correspond to that resident. So if you'd like to have more information, just give me a call or shoot an email, and we can set up a separate session to go into this in more depth. But again, the main things to keep away from this is to remember that EndurCloud is fully cloud-based. No worries about having to download software or maintain workstations, things like that. When you deploy, we'll set you up with a URL that is specific to your facility, and you can load that URL onto any workstation that you'd like. Again, all your staff can access that if they have the requisite permissions in PointClickCare, and we follow whatever you've set up in PointClickCare. So I appreciate your time, and if you'd like to learn more, just let me know.